Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this month's edition of Top Voices. And with Top Voices, with this particular podcast, Bruno and I are very fortunate that we get to speak to such a wide range of global thought leaders in many, many different walks of life. And today's guest is a very special guest for a few different reasons, which I'll mention later on. But in this particular instance, we have our guest is Her Excellency Lady Chinyere Ekomaru, Her Excellency Lady Chinyere Ekomaru PhD. That's such a wonderful, lovely name. So Her Excellency is currently the Deputy Governor of Imo State in Nigeria. And prior to your work in politics, I know that you have a very, very long history in education. I know it's something that's very close to your heart. And Lady Chi and I know each other quite a long time through strong family connections. And through that, I also know that you're a very strong family woman. You're a proud wife. You're a very proud mother and an extremely proud grandmother. And I know that matters hugely to you in your life, so it's important that it's mentioned. And of course, I have the advantage of knowing that because you and I know each other very well. So in addition to that, of course, we have the lovely Bruno Herrmann. And Bruno works with international achievers with us as our global marketing strategist and our overall strategy advisor. In addition to that, Bruno works with international organizations of all sizes, and he helps them to expand digitally and engage globally at scale. Bruno is an all-round AI expert from a strategy, design, and execution perspective. And then me, I am Paula McGrath. I own and run International Achievers Group, and we work with organizations to help them expand, grow, right-size internationally in terms of human capital and organizational excellence. So we're going to get started. If you're comfortable, we're really interested to hear about you and your background and what brought you to this current position, if you're happy to share that.
Oh, thank you very much, Paula. And Bruno, it's good to meet you. I'm very pleased to have this chat with you. My background is basically academics. Before I became the Deputy Governor of Imo State, I was a lecturer in Albany Koku Federal University of Education. From there, the governor chose me to run for his second tenure with him. And we won the election, and here I am as Deputy Governor of Imo State. Apart from that, Paula, you know everything. You have said all you know about my family background, so I don't need to repeat it. I'm sure, Bruno, you heard her when she told you I'm a grandmother, I'm a mother, and a very good family person. Yeah. So before this time, I was a lecturer.
How have you found the transition into political life from an educational life?
Exciting. I can say it's truly exciting. It's like doing something different from what you're used to. And then the opportunity to stand out amongst the crowd, being the number 2 citizen of a state. The transitioning was full of expectations. Sometimes I'm a little bit anxious, but by the time I kept doing it, it's really good. I like it. I'm now a politician.
Yes. Very different life.
So if I were scared before of becoming a politician, I have transitioned into becoming a politician, and it's exciting to join them in policy making and running the state. Yes.
And as a female politician and a top voice in the state, is it more challenging, less challenging? What, culturally does it work well?
Paula, we're Africans.
Yes.
Africans are not really ready yet for the woman. So women are still struggling, and begging for the male to give her a chance. And gradually, we're beginning to see the inclusion of women in key positions in Nigeria, and that is quite good, because with a woman, you know, there's always value.
Yes. With every human, there's value. And I know it's the same with Ireland. I'm born and reared in Ireland, and it was very common, you know, up to sort of 30, 40, 50 years ago, and I did it myself. Once I had received my primary level of third level education, I traveled, went abroad, broadened my experience, and then, of course, then I, like a lot of people, I was called home, and I wanted to go home. And is it common yet in Nigeria for the young people? I know, because I've been there. I was lucky to be a guest at your house and at your lovely celebration. And I know that the standards of education in Nigeria are extremely high, and this is going to be something we'll speak about, you know, in a short time. So the people get a very strong level of education at a very young age, much younger than I have seen in Europe. And then, you know, are they traveling to broaden their experience, and have they started to come back to Nigeria yet to help grow the economy and enhance the life there for people?
We are expecting that to happen. I'll take you back to His Excellency choosing a woman to run with him. The normal thing, it should have been a male. In his first term, it was with a male, and he insisted that he wanted to include a woman. Now, we have challenges in Nigeria. We have insecurity, we have corrupt people, so many corrupt people in Nigeria. Who won't give the young man or the young person a chance? And like you pointed out, they get education early. You can imagine, and we are blessed with young population that are well schooled, innovative, energetic, and they're kind of frustrated because of the system to do something in Nigeria. So what do? They seek to go abroad, and that is brain drain for Nigeria. Now, they have been, maybe they have acquired experience abroad. To come back, we or the government is not really ready yet for them, because looking at the culture abroad and looking at what they're coming back to in Nigeria is not the same. When they come back to Nigeria, instead of giving us what they have learned abroad, the system is also frustrating it. So what do? They try to bring out more people to come out, and the Nigerian system suffers for it, suffers a lot for it. But the government in place now, the administration of the President Tinubu, and then if you come down to my state, my governor, they're fighting it. They want to make the system comfortable. They want to make it suitable. They want to make it compliant. They want to make the system look like what these young people see abroad. If that is achieved, how do I mean? Steady lights, good roads, infrastructure, good medical facilities, you know, making a living wage in Nigeria. If they're able to put all this in place, I bet you Nigeria is beautiful. No young person will want to live abroad. We have sunshine. We are very free, loving people. We are just these little things, take them out. And because we have not been able to put them in place yet, we're still struggling with getting them to come back to Nigeria.
And also what I saw there, and we need to bring Bruno in on this part of it, was a population where intellect, I saw it across the board. Very, very high focus on education and developing one's intellect. And the youngsters are expected to be able to perform at high levels educationally. And it seems to be the cultural, that's what I saw was, it seemed to be the cultural norm. So, Bruno has has a much more stronger background than I have around, AI and robotics. And that's the core. I know I've sort of jumped a little here, maybe in topic, but these young people, I think most or countries, I'm no geopolitical specialist, obviously, I'm just a businesswoman, but most countries benefit from keeping their educated workforce at home. And, now all around the world we can see, and obviously I own and run a recruitment business, so I know that there's a huge demand for people with specialist skills around the world of AI and robotics. So I'm going to ask Bruno to jump in here now and ask sort of more intelligent questions that I know how to ask around that. I just know from a recruiter's perspective that there is a demand for these people.
There is. That is where we are now. Because globally, everybody is looking towards AI, robotics, and the digital economy.
That's right.
And here back then here in Nigeria, we stress on certificates. Just go read law, read medicine, bring the certificates back. But with the global digital economy, it's not that you want it. You want AI. But the thing is that if you don't have it, you'll be left behind. So everybody is making efforts to get into the flow. Now, Nigeria, because of the hardship our youth face in Nigeria, they develop themselves. Private, corporate, private affairs start to look into AI and then training. I go back again to His Excellency, the Governor of Imo State, distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma. He has done what he called Skill Up program in Imo State, where he trained over 60,000 youths in different AI operations. ICT skills, all the skills the future will be needing very soon. 60,000, that's quite a huge number of youth to get training and get laptops. He'll train and equip them with facilities that they will need. And now he has created entrepreneurs and created a fertile ground for maybe international companies who want to come and invest in Nigeria to find labor, to find skilled labor in the areas they need AI and then ICT skills. So we are very fortunate people because we have population, and mostly the population are youth. They're not sleeping, they're struggling. And thank God for that. Is why we're asking to have good governance like we have in Imo State, where the leaders will look into providing such infrastructure like broadbands, internet, steady light supply. These things are what moves the AI. If they're not in place, you can talk AI from tomorrow. Nobody is listening. Nobody knows even what you're talking about. So our governor is very, very interested in making sure that the digital economy is the new economy in Imo State. He's right now building a digital city. In collaboration with MAG and Silicon Valley, they've come down to set up a training school for young people, more than 4,000 being trained. And then he's trying to make in fact, Imo State now is the hub for
Yes.
digital economy in Nigeria. That's where we're going to now. So we're no longer stressing on certificates. Like schools are now inculcating programs like robotics, AI, many functions, many entertainment functions, use drone to record. So it's the new economy for everybody in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's actually, it is. It's also becoming more and more the norm. So it's day-to-day life. And I know it's very different for people in my age group. You know, it actually all feels, you know, very high flying, but it is the norm. And you're right, we actually have to make sure that the younger people who are going to drive employment, they're going to drive wealth, they need to, as best we can, have access to be able to deliver that type of work. Bruno, do you want to, that was an interesting information there about the digital hub, the new digital hub.
Yeah, that's, I didn't know about the digital city that you mentioned, which is very inspiring, I would say, for other countries, because you know, I've been in the globalization and the technology space for more than 3 decades now. And I remember not so long ago, like 20 years ago, 25 years ago, when mobile communications took off, Africa moved directly, many African countries, they moved directly to mobile communication without going first to fixed communication. Because in Europe or in North America, people were used to calling by using their fixed phone. But, and of course, now after a few years, they started using mobile phones. But I saw in Africa that many people used mobile phones directly without going through fixed communication first. And this was, for me, the evidence that Africa was really accelerating its transformation from a telecommunication perspective, but it happened later with mobile internet, with, you know, mobile payment, everything that is part of the digital economy, as you mentioned. So I think Africa is very fascinating, and Nigeria specifically is very fascinating from that perspective, to see not just the skills that people acquire, but I keep saying, you know what, I keep saying that technology is more, I would say, about people than about technical things. And this is about adoption of AI. Right now, artificial intelligence, the technology is good because technology is moving fast now. Artificial intelligence is moving fast, but the issue or the challenge that we see in many countries all over the world is the adoption. People using artificial intelligence, not just looking at it, but really using the technology. And I was curious to ask you, from a Nigerian perspective, because as you mentioned, you have, of course, a young population, which is a big asset compared to Europe, where it's the opposite. How do you see Nigeria moving to artificial intelligence? Would you see that in some industries like healthcare or energy? Because artificial intelligence is everywhere now. It's in every industry. But I'm just curious because, for instance, you know, there is another country in Africa I know a bit better, which is Rwanda. In Rwanda, they developed e-commerce very fast. You know, there is e-commerce. You know, e-commerce in Rwanda is more developed than in some countries in Europe. So I was just asking you because they chose to invest in e-commerce. But in Nigeria, where do you see the opportunities, not just for investment, but for growth in general, with AI? Do you see that in one or two industries or in all industries?
Thank you, Bruno, for that question. I would rather say I see it in all industries. And like Rwanda, you've mentioned, Rwanda is not more advanced than Nigeria. The problem with Nigeria is the governance, providing the infrastructure, giving us steady lights, helping us to adapt. Because in all industries, name it, entertainment, Nigeria is the biggest in the entertainment industry. You know that our Nollywood,
Yes.
AI is there. Hospital, most Nigerian doctors are even the best doctors in America and all these other places. Why? They could do the same if we had the facility on ground. Light again, electricity.
Yeah.
Steady electricity, communication,
Yeah.
in every industry. Even at that, with the AI tool, most Nigerian doctors who are not even in the shore of Nigeria can arrange and organize surgery.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's AI. AI is even in the food business, hospitality management. There's no industry that you can't find. It's everywhere. And Nigerians have adopted it. They're using it. That is the reason why a Nigerian will leave Nigeria and come to Europe, for instance, and succeed is because we've passed through hardship in Nigeria. We've tried to figure it out on our own without letting anybody come and teach us.
Yeah.
If we don't have light, we will try to provide light to use to know how to do what we want to do. So by the time we suffer the challenges we have and we're able to come out and see where things are working, where system is working very well, we excel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bruno, AI is everywhere in Nigeria. AI
Perfect.
is everywhere.
That's what I
By
wanted to hear.
Yes, we're not newcomers to the digital world. What we're trying to do now is to push it down because Nigeria is a federation. The center is in Abuja. Then the power is shared between the state government and the local government. And now because the federal is highly developed, many people will want to come and invest there.
Okay.
Abuja, Lagos, but it's congested. So states like Imo State is working hard to make sure that it is conducive for anybody to come and invest in Imo State. Like again, I will always mention my boss, who is an amazing governor. For more than 40 years, Imo State has not seen the kind of shift we are now enjoying. From Paula, you know the road to my place when you visited.
I do.
If you go through that road now, you will scream, lights, good road, express. It's not like that time. It's just how many years back this government has fixed so many roads, all to make sure. Just recently, we had our Imo State Economic Summit.
Yes.
That was a way of opening up Imo State to the world. Ban Ki-moon was there. Boris Johnson was there. Former Liberian president was there. Aliko Dangote, who is the richest man in Africa, was there. They all came to look for opportunities to invest. Like I have always said, we have it all. It's just that we need a good government to fix the things that is supposed to be there, which my governor is doing. He has battled insecurity to a standstill in Imo State. He will provide enabling environment. He's working on electricity through Orash. There's a river, Orash electricity. They have launched the phase 1.
So it's hydro.
Hydro. Yes. Those who are covered by the phase 1 are experiencing 24 hours light. I happen to be a beneficial.
Well,
The government offices are hooked onto it.
Yeah.
The hotels around here are hooked onto it. The business around here are hooked onto it. And the light doesn't blink. You can imagine if it is replicated in all the local governments, everybody will experience light. And the major development anywhere is having steady supply of light. That is how the businesses will grow. That is how AI will function. That is how people will be able to move from one place to another. Our city, Owerri, is so centrally located that we call it the heartland of Nigeria. And around us are communities, commercial communities. We have Port Harcourt, we have Aba, we have Enugu, we have Anambra, and we're in the middle. So it's an opportunity for trade. You can see the reason why His Excellency Distinguished Senator Hope Uzodinma is fighting hard to make sure we have stability, very good security, 24 hours light supply, good roads, which makes for trade.
Yes,
Which makes for trade, yes. So we're fortunate, we're growing.
You are. It's interesting though, isn't it, that it's almost feels a little like, and I know a lot of places around the world, in the developed world, might not be able to picture the two ends of the scale. So on one end of the scale, we're three of us are sitting here having a conversation about access to 24/7 electricity, which then of course helps with security and all sorts of things. That's on one end, and we're so used to this in parts of the world, we actually in a way take it for granted. And then on the other hand, we're talking about the high intellect and the fact that Nigeria is already implementing AI in every walk of life, and there are other places in the developed world that's not happening. It's a funny mixture, isn't it, Bruno?
Yeah, but Paula, you mentioned developed world. That it's like, when we talk about emerging markets, I think these words are just wrong. I think, when we say emerging or developed, this has to be put into context. Because as I said, Rwanda, and sorry, I have to refer to Rwanda because it's a country that I know better. But Rwanda, e-commerce or digital economy in Rwanda is more developed than in some countries in Europe. So, it's in the western part of the world or in the northern part of the world, we are used to call other countries, developing or emerging. But actually, these countries are sometimes more developed and already emerged versus our own countries. So we have to put that in perspective. It's probably due to the history of Europe and North America, of course, big powers, etc. But now the world is changing. It is changing a lot. The future is more in Africa and Asia than in Europe or North America. So I see. I every time I see now the word emerging or developing, I say to people, think twice about where you are. If you are in the States or if you are in Eastern Europe, Western Europe, look at what's going on in African countries or in Asian countries. You will find examples of, development which is higher, faster than in your country. And I was referring to the mobile telecommunication industry. But, I had a question for you, because you mentioned all the potential of Nigeria, the potential in people, young people, educated people, but also the opportunities to develop Nigeria with, facilities like electricity, etc. In Europe, and I think also in North America, when people talk about Nigeria, they refer to some industries like oil, because, of course, Nigeria is a major oil producer in the world, not just in Africa. They refer to the wood industry, but very few people refer to the digital industry and the digital economy. So my question to you is, where do you see the actions for Nigeria as a country, not just the different states, but together, Nigeria as a country, where do you see the actions to take to tell the rest of the world, to tell Europe, to tell Asia, that Nigeria is more than just an oil producer?
Thank you very much. Nigeria is really more than the oil. Everybody knows. It's the first economy.
Yeah.
But right now, we are looking at industries like entertainment industry.
Mhm.
We're looking at agriculture.
Mhm.
We're looking at education.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're looking at hospitality management, food industry. So many new economy emerging, digital economy.
Mhm.
It's by the time we evolve with AI and put all our infrastructure in place, the world will hear about us. Let me tell you, everybody is looking to come to Nigeria to invest. But the only thing is the challenges we have. They know the potential, highly educated, young people,
Mhm.
resilient people,
Yeah.
entrepreneurship, hardworking people. They know all that. But somehow, because of the challenges we have about insecurity, about infrastructures not being in place. But with this government, we are now working on all these challenges
Mm.
to be able to make sure that when you hear Nigeria, you're not thinking about oil anymore. We've gone
Mhm.
to gas,
Yeah.
like in my state, in Imo State.
Yeah.
The governor is using gas now. They're working on using gas for um, car business
Mhm.
instead of with petrol.
Mm.
They are looking at Orashi Free Trade Zone.
Mhm.
Orashi Free Trade Zone is still incubating. That is
Yes.
why the
Yeah.
rest of the world has not tapped into it yet. But they know some of them are also here. Some international communities are also here doing business here in Nigeria. Business that are not oil business because of the large markets we have.
Mm.
Places like countries like Asia, they are all here in Nigeria doing business. Europe, but still, the challenges is still there. They're not looking at it because they're looking at the long-term gain
Yeah.
Mhm.
of being
Yeah.
the first to come into Nigeria when we're still evolving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So very soon, Bruno, don't worry. Our digital economy will hit the whole world
Mhm.
It sounds
soon
like
enough.
you're, yeah, it sounds like it will scale at great
Mhm.
speed based on the fact that you've already identified a digital city. I mean,
Yes.
Yeah.
so it sounds like you will probably, Nigeria, like in other, as Bruno has said in the telecommunications space, will skip a number of steps, will skip the medium steps and just go straight to high performance.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
We
wonderful,
have a
actually.
digital economy commission. I think my state is the only state that has a digital economy commission.
Okay.
Mhm. Wow,
Yes.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
We
I
should
can link. I
invite.
can link. Yes, you should invite him. Yes.
Yeah.
I
We'd
think
love
you
to.
will do he will do better. You will invite him so that he can tell you more about the digital economy, about the digital hub in Imo State and in
We'd
Nigeria.
love to. So we will take you up on that offer and get you to do the introduction and ask him to talk to
Oh
us.
yes, I will.
Mhm.
I will.
But it's
I will
important that
definitely.
we actually get it from different people's perspective as well. I'm finding your perspective extreme. Well, I obviously know everything I do speak to you, but it's phenomenally interesting. And, we need business people in general need to know the different people's perspective on lots of things. It just makes the world more interesting. It makes us more open to opportunities. So
Mm,
Okay.
that's
yeah.
good.
And something that is very important, I think, for Africa and for Nigeria in general, is also the mindset, because of course technology is important, but technology is available now everywhere in the world. So you can go from east to west, north to south. Technology can be available everywhere, But the real difference is in the mindset of people.
Yeah.
That's where, you know, some countries like Nigeria are standing out because they have also the same technology than other people might have, but they are using it in a more dynamic and a more value-driven way than other countries. And that's where Nigeria and other countries are really ahead of the game, because you mentioned the digital city. I was not aware of that, but that's great. That's great because
you can check it out. Yeah.
yeah, it's really interesting, and you know, as you said, Nigeria has this big asset of having a young population, educated, skilled population. But I think the other asset for me, from my perspective, but you can correct me if I'm wrong, is the mindset of these people.
Yes. You see, if you invest in people, you change their mindset.
Yeah,
When you
true.
invest in them, and then with technology, the future is promising. With technology and investment in the mindset of people, we'll have a promising future. So mindset is not cast on iron. It's not cast on stone. You only need to look around you and see what you need to function as a human being, and that changes your mindset. But when you continue to live in an environment and all you need to, you know, become a man or become a woman is not there, you go, we call it japa. You japa to other countries that have all those things. And as long as you continue to stay where it is not, your mindset will not be good. You will not function properly. Even if somebody is dangling the technology around you, if I get into AI now, take courses on AI, we don't have light. It changes your mindset. Why am I buying expensive phones when I can't use it, or laptops when I can't use it to communicate? Because I'm not trained. So again, that is why His Excellency has done this skill up. We're using solar lights in some places to make sure there is light, to make sure that at least your business will function on lights. And he's providing it. We have invested in education, free education from primary and secondary in Imo State, provide books and all the other facilities they need for their education in Imo State. So when we're looking at this AI and digital economy, we're going to look into the curriculum. Maybe starting from primary schools or secondary school, to inculcate it in the students. So as they become adults, they already know what to do. And you know, with these tools, digital tools, even babies, because it came in their generation, you don't need to teach them. Even when you lock your phones, they will figure out how to open the phones.
I know.
So it's their world, it's their thing. To them, it's natural.
Yeah, I know.
Natural.
So, Your Excellency, what would you see as your focus over the next sort of 6 to 12 months?
AI, artificial intelligence, that's where the future is. Digital economy. You will use it for security. We're crying about insecurity.
Yeah.
But with AI tools, you can use it for security. You can use it in finance. You can use it in database.
That's right.
It's the future for us to imbibe AI and all that comes with it.
Okay.
But as a government, we're working so hard to make sure that the infrastructure is there. We already have the people who are willing. If we're able to provide all these things, nobody will mention Rwanda. Rwanda won't be better than Nigeria. We are more in number. We're more in number. And so we can attract better investment.
Yeah.
but we need to have our challenges curbed to an extent that the future holds water for us.
Bruno, have you questions that you'd like to ask? 'Cause
Yeah, there is one question I forgot to ask in the beginning, because I think it was part of what you said about the digital economy. And there is of course, Africa is very dynamic in terms of digital economy, but also the digital enablement of people. But there is another region which is also dynamic, which is Asia. Not just China, but other countries in Asia as well. So how do you see, out of curiosity, and beyond the geopolitical framework that we know today, but how do you see the relationships, not just economic relationships, but also the social, the educational relationships between Nigeria and Asian countries in the future? How do you see that? Because of course, Nigeria is already is already significantly interacting and exchanging with Europe and North America. But what about Asian countries? And again, it's not just China, because I know everybody talks about China in Africa, but in Nigeria, how do you see the connections with the S, the connections between Nigeria and countries like, let's say, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, and all these countries?
Apart from China, you mentioned, all these other countries you mentioned are willing to do business with us, to have trade relationship with us. Our market is large. We have, apart from oil, we have gas, we have agro. We have so many things that will interest them. And Nigeria is open to receive investors. So they should just keep calling in. They should come in and let us develop even Nigeria with them. Because the more you open your country to people, they come to do business, invest here, they help you develop the place. They will employ your teeming youth population to work. They will bring, okay, for instance, in Imo State, we have gas in Imo State. But every petroleum dealer or industry that is dealing in gas, petrol, set up their corporate head office in Abuja or Lagos.
Yeah.
Developing those places, and we that are producing the oil, we are underdeveloped. So my governor insisted, for you to lift any oil or for you to come for our gas in Imo, you must have a corporate head office in Imo State. And so if you have that corporate head office in Imo State, you naturally employ our youth to work for you. The infrastructure is there, making our place looking beautiful, looking like Lagos and Abuja. So we're open to other Asian countries who are willing to come around and do business with us. Like I said, the economic summit was like, hey, here we are. We have hotel industries, we have gas, we have, just come. We're providing enabling environments for you to come. Because the more you come, the more you're helping us to develop our people and our place. Yes, bringing your money.
We might not be able to broadcast that bit, but yes.
Yes, that's true. It's the reality. Yeah. No, that's great. It's great. It's great.
Yeah. And can I just ask then about going the other way? So yes, honestly, every country around the world is looking for inward investment. Every country that I've ever spoken to anybody at any level. What about, Nigeria and Imo State exporting? So what do you guys, do you export to Asia? Actually,
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We export. These are areas, we have a lot of palm fronts, palm kernel, palm oil. We have cashew. We have cassava. And we export this thing. We export this.
Okay, because so there's already a trading route established.
Yes.
Yes, not starting from scratch. Okay. This has
Thank you,
been so,
Paula.
it's
So
so,
exciting.
it's very interesting. So we're
Yeah.
going to say a thank you to Her Excellency, Lady Chinyere Ekomaru PhD, who is currently the Deputy Governor of Imo State in Nigeria. And again, Bruno, as always, a big fat thank you. Always appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, this has been an extremely interesting conversation. And I think that from our side, I've learned a lot, and I'm actually a family friend of the Ekomarus. So I've learned a lot, and I think that it's always worth knowing what's happening in different places of the world, you know, the hard parts and the great parts, because every part has hard parts.
Exactly.
Hard parts and great parts. So once again, a huge thank you for your time. It's very much appreciated.
So much. Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Paula. Bye.
So
Have
Bruno,
a great day.
thank
you
you.
very much.
Thank you.
Very much. Thank you. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.